Hello, guys, and welcome back. Right here with me, we have the founder of the Genotype Foundation, Mrs. Doris, and we also have Mrs. Eunice here in the studio. All right, so Mrs. Doris, can you please tell us about yourself and what the Genotype is about, how it started, and the mission?
Hello, viewers. My name is Doris Bemiloye, the founder and executive director of Genotype Foundation. Yes, Genotype Foundation is a non-governmental organization whose aim and objective is to reach out to the young ones to know their hemoglobin genotype. We also help those living with sickle cell on the right direction with good medical, assisting them when necessary, counseling them because we have a genetic counselor on, in-house that we counsel them and direct them to the appropriate place for their treatment to get the ultimate treatment. Thank you.
What inspired you to start this Genotype?
Wow. I was sitting on my own when God brought this vision because I was helping people. I just like touching lives, and there was an event that I was just doing naturally with a person that had 3 children living with sickle cell. I was just being nice. And after 2-3 years, the woman had even left. Was when God now brought the vision and said, go tell my people and help my people. And I fought God for like 2 years. I said it's a lie, it's not God, it's the devil. And I know that what happened until the day I took myself to a clinic owned by my cousin then, Dr. Joyce Okoshuko, and said, what is genotype? This thing has been bothering my head. Everybody say, go and obey God. I said, but I don't have anything to do with this thing that is, I feel is a vision that I saw in the church. And everybody say, go and obey it. And the day I obey it, something happened. Even there's some company, because I'm into oil. There's some company I work with, and one of the companies called me one day, they are Chinese, and say, madam, we don't know, something said we should tell you not to come here again. Everywhere I went was just block. And I said, me? He said, yes, we're a very nice woman, but we don't know. He said, we shouldn't patronize you again. At that stage, and I said, this is really the devil. But at the end of it all, that day I obeyed. That same company over 6 months ago that said they don't want me to come again, sent their driver 1.5 hours after I obeyed to give me an LPO to supply a truck of kerosene. That I started.
So how many years is Genotype?
Wow. It's over 20 years.
Yes. Wow. All right, so Mrs. Eunice, please can you tell us about yourself, what you do?
Hello, viewers. My name is Mrs. Eunice. I'm one of the members of Genotype Foundation, which I've been a member for like 15 years now, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm into business, I buy and sell, and I'm a fashion designer also.
All right, so we're basically here to talk about sickle cell anemia and all of that. So please, can you tell us, so the viewers that don't know what sickle cell is about and probably how it affects the body?
Sickle cell is an heritage. It's a genetic constitution of, somebody's red blood cell, which is inherited from both parents. The father gives and the mother gives. Why we are talking about sickle cell is that from the carrier state, if 2 carriers get married, like we have the AA, we call them the people with the normal red blood cells, which is round. Then that of the AS or AC, those and other variants of the genotype, those ones carry the sickle shape, one sickle shape and one normal shape. Then the SS, all they have, or the SC, or all they have is the sickle shape, which do not help, their oxygen to transport very well in their system because of the way the system is made up. Now, if an AS marry an AS, there's tendency from every pregnancy to have 25% SS, 25, that is 1 SS, 1 AA, or 2 AS. But we say 25%, 50 and all this. Depends on what the man gave at that time. If the man gives an S and the woman gives an S, definitely the child will be an SS. If you give an A and another one give an S, it will be an AS. So, but at that moment, you cannot control that process. It's only controlled by God, what you give at that moment. Now, whatever you give brings forth the child. But a lot of people, the impression they have is that out of 4 children, when you have 4 children, one might come with sickle cell. Wrong information. That's why I'm emphasizing that it's at every pregnancy that you get that result. Now, if an AA marries anybody, the highest is an A must be that.
Yeah. Okay.
So you are safeguarding that generation. So we advise the AS, the AC, the SS, the SC, and even the CC to please get married to somebody with AA, genotype AA. There are more even genotype AA than the AC or AS and even SS or SC. And know something, in the world at large, Nigeria is the country with the highest rate of people living with sickle cell.
Oh, that was actually my next question. That does sickle cell only affect Africans?
It's a Caucasian thing. We've gone round the world, the Africans, you say Africa, America, this and that. So anywhere you have the black trace. But in the Asian country, they have what we call thalassemia, which is similar to sickle cell, but our own pain is a little excruciating than that of theirs. But it's almost the same presentation.
Okay, so are sickle cell people, are they always in pain? Like, is it every 24 hours, every day, that kind?
Yes, that's why I don't agree when people say they are sickle cell patients. They are living with sickle cell disorder or anemia. They are not always in the hospital. Some say 2-3 years they don't go near the hospital.
Really?
Yes. That's why whatever you are giving, even yourself, when you don't eat the right food at some time, you get sick. So parents that have been giving some kind of diet to their children before living with sickle cell, that's what I told them. Don't stop. Because when you stop, the system will break down. That defense you'll be giving the system, because the system does not have much defense. Like the red blood cell breakdown within 10 to 35 days, while a person with AA or AS or AC, their red blood cells last from 90 to 120 days. That is 3 months to 4 months before the bone marrow will go to work to produce new red blood cells. But for a person with sickle, that's why a person living with sickle cell, they hardly take any tonic with iron. They don't take blood tonic with iron because they have a lot of iron in their system because of the production from the red blood cells. So doctors all advise, unless they have deficiency in iron, is when they can take such. So a person living with sickle cell can be healthy, even more than you that is not living with sickle cell. Like an AA is just any mosquito that bites an AA, he or she finds himself down with malaria. And also a person living with sickle cell must make the environment clean, take a lot of water, make sure the medication, and your parents, or if you are old enough, you don't have any business to miss your clinic day. And most times, stress can trigger their crisis. Anything can trigger their crisis. That's why we say when it is cold, please get more than warm. When it's even hot, don't expose yourself and feeling it, because their system is different from our system. All you need to do is to take care of your environment and sleep under nets if you can. But if you don't sleep under nets, make sure there is no mosquito around you. Fumigate the place and keep the place neat.
Okay, so are sickle cell people, are they restricted to a diet that helps them You mentioned water now, but do they have any other things that they have to take compulsorily? Like maybe it's vegetables.
Very compulsory balanced diets.
Very compulsory.
Instead of you buying all these junk food, junk drink, there's orange juice you can make for them, fruits.
Mm-hmm.
Any season of any fruit, make a person living with sickle cell eat enough. Eat your balanced diet. Make sure you cook for your children, vegetable, beans, proteinous things that you need, that is good for the health. That is what they need to take. Water is general for everybody, not only the person living with sickle cell. Even if you don't drink water, you will be dehydrated as a person, not even living with, sickle cell. Water is important. Why we say this person living with sickle cell should take water? Because in case there's any blockage, when the sickle is moving, transporting oxygen, any blockage anywhere, so it can help ease the movement of the sickle in the system. So blockage to lead to crisis will not happen easily.
Okay. So Mrs. Eunice, I feel like there are plenty conditions. I mean, let's say conditions, but there are lots of emotions attached to having to deal with sickle cell and all of that. Please, can you tell me how dealing with sickle cell
dealing with sickle cells, in fact, I will not lie to you, it's not been easy. It's not been easy because when such children, when they were having, like, let's use myself as an example now. In fact, I'm traumatized because at times I may not even, because they just break up suddenly. It's not as if they will notice you or you'll be noticing something from there. They'll just break down.
It doesn't even give warning, it just comes like that.
At times, like my last born, whenever that one, she may just complain that, Mommy, I'm having headache, or I saw her vomiting. From there, I'll just rush and buy antibiotics, but no. For my last one, she won't, because whenever she break down, she break down. And whenever she break down, until she collect blood transfusion, that's when she'll be okay. She's 8 years, she'll be 8 years now, and she has taken over like 8 transfusions since she was born. My first child, Alia, that's late, she's late now. She's 12 years when she's late. That one, she doesn't sick like that. In fact, I can count how many times she has been admitted in the hospital. But when she just break down, just on the sudden, I don't even see it coming. I saw her face swollen. What's wrong with you? Okay, let's go to hospital. But getting to hospital, they said they will admit her. Fine. They do tests on her, only to discover that she's having a kidney infection. So they will use dialysis, all kind of thing. We've been in general hospital, not even up to a week. But all I just seen in that one is that it's carelessness. Because, a child is having such a serious, problem in vital organs. We won't see doctor for like, I'm calling mommy then every time that's come up. We didn't see the doctor will come to hospital around maybe in the afternoon. That kind of it. Before the girl now finally give, I don't like talking about it because up to now, I'm still traumatized. It's not been easy. Carrying a sickle child up and down is not a good thing at all, because watching your child crying and there's nothing of you can do about it until the pain subsides. There's nothing. Even all those paracetamol, you give her ibuprofen, we are giving to them, just to substitute the pain in them until the thing, finally satisfy itself on them. So it's not means, because I don't advise a couple of nowadays, before you get into marriage, please take your genotype, check it. It's very, very important. Don't even try to marry each other. So my advice, I would advise them, they should just stay away. AS and AS, stay away from each other. You will spend money, you spend your time, because many times I'll be in the hospital, leave my business down. 2 weeks, 3 weeks at times. So it depends on how the kidney. So it doesn't what it at all. It's a very, very, very bad experience to me.
Yeah, I think that's why Genotype Foundation wants to nick it from the foundation, goes to school, teach the children why they should know their genotype for future references. And even if they, like she was saying now, you can also, if you want to get married as both carriers, there's what we call the hemoglobin quantification. In genetic counseling world, you don't tell the proposed couple or to be couple that no, they shouldn't. No, it's their decision. Let them make their decision and put it on the table for them. This is the probability. This is the probability. You could have this. Then there's also the area you can go. You tell them about the prenatal diagnosis. Its cost is a little costly, about 400 or so. I don't know how much they are doing it now, right? For them to go do it. So, and by the time they do it, they will know at that early stage, between 10 to 12 weeks of the pregnancy, the fetus, the genotype of the child they are expecting, right? And with that, even if it's SS, they will prepare psychologically, mentally, and others. Basically, also, if they also, like a child living with sickle cell, a lot of parents don't know some basic things to do. Like we have the TCD, the scan that can tell you that this child in the next 2 years, in the next 3 years, can have stroke. And they will now place the child, yes, even not only stroke, can even get blind when the crisis comes from the end. Yes, we have many like that who had been working before and suddenly. There's even one that came to the foundation. We found out that he has had stroke like 3 times. The mother backs him. He can't even do anything. So some basic things, that's why we also encourage parents with children living with sickle cell, or even those that are living with sickle cell, to get affiliated with one of these NGOs to be taught some basic things. When some come with their children, I say, have you done prenatal diagnosis? Have you done a TCD? Say, kidney TCD. I say, no, the health scan. It will help to know. And it has helped. There's even many occasions like that. When I send them to Sickle Cell Foundation Nigeria to do the TCD, do you know they are high risk? They will not call and say, oh, mommy, thank you. Yeah, see the result. They will place them on the necessary drugs. And it has saved a lot of lives. Ignorance is not an excuse in law. We must be informed and not be deformed, because a lot of people carry wrong information. Like the information that is out of, if you AS and AS marry or AC marry, is they are going to just have only one child living with sickle cell. We've seen parents with 5 sickle cells. We've seen 3. We've seen others. The person that was supposed to come with me before, she had 5. We have somebody who had 7. Many like that. So depends on how active your S is, yes, or your C is. That's why we say you can do what we call hemoglobin quantification. If you now see that the S is very active and others, you could be advised. Please, it's your choice. Make your choice. But if you do it, this is at the probably results, because the probability. And people living with sickle cell, a lot of times, even the stigma comes from even their family. The words that some parents speak to their children living with sickle cell, it's not even good. The child will be discouraged. The child will feel there's something wrong with me. And they themselves, the willpower to live will not more be there. But if you support them, we have lawyers, we have people in high places who are living with sickle cell, professors, and they are doing very well. So, like I always say, sickle cell is not a death sentence. If you have sickle cell, Thank God. All you need to do, just take your medication. Know your limits. Drink a lot of water. Eat balanced diet. And stop junk life. Some of them have become even drug addicts. When they have crisis, they inject themselves. And also, we beg some pharmacy or some chemists that still get this drug and sell to them because it's prescription drugs. You don't get most of their drugs just off counter apart from folic acid and Bico. But because they know this person lives with sickle cell, they will tell you because they know I'm living with sickle cell, they sell for them. And some of them can inject themselves. They will inject themselves and become like your story that if they don't give themselves the injection, they cannot survive. And also we should be able to educate our people living with sickle cell that look, you don't need to be an addict. It's when you have, apart from your routine drugs, which is folic acid to help you and Bico, and probably Paludre because of our infested, place we are living around us and surroundings. You don't have business with other drugs unless the doctor prescribe and you are on antibiotics. You are being treated for an infection. Then some parents also go to the alagbo. That is when a lot of them, because they feel they don't have the money to pay in the hospital, they patronize those go to alagbo, and by the time the crisis will come, it will be more than that limitations that they have to go to the hospital. By the time they run many tests, they will see that things have really gotten bad. And if they die now, they will not say of sickle cell. It's not sickle cell, it's carelessness. Thank you.
Okay, so now we've talked about how sickle cell have crisis or not. Do you think, can they live long?
Wow. You can live as any other person on Mother Earth. Like the oldest person with sickle cell died at 94 years, 3 years ago, Mama Lagoda. I was with her a week before she died. Even as a matter of fact, when she died, from all over the world, they were calling me and asking, is it true? Is it true? We have those who are living a fulfilled life. We have 70-something, we have 60-something, we have 50-something. It's just a matter of mental, you arrange your mental psyche. The issue that they said sickle cell people don't live, till before 18 or after 18 is not true. Anybody living with sickle cell can live as long as you determine to live if you take care of yourself.
Do they have the same symptoms? Like this person and this person, do they have similar symptoms that they present?
No. Just like you that is a carrier or an AA. Your malaria presentation is different from my malaria. So it depends on the person's constitution. They don't have the same presentation. What will give me a serious crisis might not give the other person a serious crisis. So it depends on a lot of things to do with their system and what they take in. What you take in also is very important. Your feeding habits. Even if you're not even living with sickle cell disorder, you have to eat a balanced diet. You have to live, to your limits. When you overstress yourself, even if you're not living with sickle cell disorder, you will break down. And most times the breakdown are always very, very serious. So it's the same thing with the person living with sickle cell. They don't have the same presentation. But the general presentation they have as children is the gloves and the stockings syndrome. There's sometimes the swelling of the stomach. Some have some big, but that does not make even other, other things can make a child's health be big and all. But basically, a person living with sickle cell do not present the same presentation apart from the gloves and stocking syndrome when they're small.
But this sickle cell now, is it possible for someone with sickle cell to actually change their genotype? Like their genotype to change from
Yes, that is where we come now. Thank God for technology, science, who have now made it that they have what we call the bone marrow transplant, which our mommy here, the daughter, as is one of the recipients who had it through Genotype Foundation, connect to Dr. Peter and Dr. Faulkner, who gave us a free slot in another country, Armenia. Armenia government, even as a matter of fact, when she was leaving, the country celebrated her. Over to you, ma'am.
So, where will I come in there?
Yes, about the process.
The process, yeah.
Wow, it's a good experience. Because hearing that my child will no more be estate, but I'm so happy and I give God all the glory. Because I'm not the only person in that NGO. But to the mercy of Almighty God, I have the chance. Because when I lose my first child, due to the experience I have in General Hospital here, I tell my God, I say, God, if truly you are God, if truly you are an existing God, I won't take Amira to hospital again. That I won't, because that was the essence. I didn't hesitate to go to take this girl to checkup. So what will happen when they didn't see this coming? With all the wahala being, all that, I just tell my God that I won't take, and I tell the catch. I told mommy, I said I won't take Amira to, because I don't believe in our hospital. I don't believe in that. With my experience, I was in pain. What I'm saying, I lost earlier in August, 2001, October. So they called me around January that said, no, talking. I said, okay, Femi, please tell me what. Say, bone marrow. I said, bone marrow. Where will I see the money? I beg, forget it. He said, your family money, offer Nigeria, forget it. Not that one that when we start, they will not say, go and bring it. He said, I should come. Say, okay. I said, God. So that's how we started the journey of Armenia. Though, due to the past experience, what I heard about bone marrow made me scared. I won't lie. I really scared that I was crying. God, what's all this? Because so the doctor now encouraged me that, madam, you just have to take it. Even me, that Dr. Peter too, she has son. He did for his son in India. He said, you just have to take the risk that, look at my son now. It's okay. So far you got there, when you listen to, your do and don'ts in your head, you take to what they ask you to do, there won't be any problem. That they will be using prayer and can say, let me go, because when I lost my first child, I didn't see it coming. So let me just try on this one. At least I won't blame myself at the end of the day that I don't know. That. So on getting to Armenia, they really welcome us well. So they asked us a question about say they don't know about their history. So it take us like a month when they were doing series of tests. All the parts of her body, they check it. That they need to know how she is, before they now embark on anything. So God has been with us. Everything was fine. No, she doesn't have any kind of disease in her body. So the next thing is that it took us in for admission. But before we went in for admission, there is one, please, mommy, what did they call it?
The cardiologist.
There's something they insert in the chest, like
yes,
this.
From here, so.
That's where all the medications, that's where all the medication will be going in and, collecting blood, putting in injection and all sorts of that. Transplant is not as if they will do operation or anything, just like a blood transfusion. But it's the bone marrow is not the normal blood they collect from usual person. They collect it through the bone marrow here at the back. So, and which our senior sister is the donor. Because though we've done all the checking here, they make sure that they get 100% match with her. So they collect the thing. But before the collection of that bone marrow, for that like 2 months we are in the hospital. In fact, they were giving her different type of injection. There was sometimes like a week she's taking, they will place her like this. The first week she will take like one drips sharp, but I don't know the name. They write it because that means that they don't speak English. So so whenever she's taking drugs, she will take it for like a week. You understand? They were using all that thing to kill all her cell. I won't say in her body, because it's the cell that they want to eradicate and insert the new one in her. So there was the time that she would be taking drugs for like a week, and in a day she's taking like 50 capsules, 50 tablets. Well, I thank God because she's she's a girl that normally take drugs. You understand? So I didn't find it difficult. But some like children, they won't use and they have to take that drugs. It must not reduce. It must not, it will be plenty in her body like that. So when the day of the transfuse, they just, they invite her sister from home because in Armenia, we are in the hospital. My husband and the other siblings, we get an apartment outside the hospital. So they bring Aisha to the hospital, treating that one too for like a week before collecting that thing from her. So they will do it through, what did they call it? That they will give them injection to sleep so that they won't feel any pain. But so immediately they collect the thing from her sister, they will transfuse to her body through normal, like say they are giving blood. You understand? So from there, after collection of that new bone marrow, because they will kill our own cell to like maybe 90%. They won't finally kill it before they transfuse new one, because that new one will travel all through the part of our body. During that time that one is going, to go and find place that the old one. So the old one, that one will now be going down. It will go down to 0.0000 level. And that moment, that is when it's very, very dangerous, because if any little infection enters the body, complication will start, and it will lead to anything they don't want. Even during that time, the nurses, the doctor, they don't come in like that. And whenever it's necessary for them to come in, they will get up like all these corona people that want to treat corona enter. Even me in the hospital with that, because I don't even go out. The environment is very, very conducive. I still put on nose mask so that when I'm talking, I won't be spit in her mouth or something like that. So that for like a week, when this thing has go down, it's very, very, it's a crucial time for them, because when they were feeling headache, the body will temperature like 40. Yeah. Because I used to do this thing time to time, BP, check her temperature, be writing it down. They check their urine, still like that. So I record everything down. So whenever I see everything, I'll just expect they'll come. But when they come, they will subside that temperature. There was a time that our lips, our mouth, so everything got so long. That's when our hair now started to be pulling without even cut, fall off. Pata. We go back because they do follow up.
Yes.
So even till now, she's still on checkup, because by next year August she'll be a year of that bone.
Next year be this summer.
Sorry, this year by August will be a year. So even though she's not started school, until she stopped all her medications, she waits like 2 months. Now they will give her another. She will start this immunization, all those BCG she collected from birth. She will start all over, because they've killed everything, they've eradicated everything in her body. So she will start all over. After that, she can now start school.
I was even about to ask that. How was her schooling like for this being?
I just got a teacher that come to teach her.
So it was really a journey.
In fact, it's a long journey. I just cut it short, because if you start to be saying it now, 4 o'clock, we are still. Thank God. Who said SS? It does have a cure, but it's not that it demands a lot of marketing. Me, I thank God though, because though everything is not total free like that, because we have to transport ourselves at the end of the day. Through we pay for our own flight and our accommodation over there, but the medications, everything and all that is free. So when we go back now, they've asked us to go and do this thing, which come out AS in Nigeria. I didn't mean it's over there now. We say maybe their own is very correct, but our own we do it here.
Yeah.
She's AS now.
Ma, would you like to say anything?
Yes, it's really a fantastic journey. It has always been my desire for my people to become AA or AS. And God has started it because we still believe God.
Yes.
We still have many of
You
them
do more, of
that
course.
we are holding on to the doctor and the other doctors that say, please, we need this help. And we need those who have money, the rich men. You can help us.
Yes, though.
Support.
You can support. They need drugs. You can support an NGO
Yes, so.
helping people living with sickle cell
Yes.
genuinely. We appreciate the government because the new place he has opened, especially for people living with sickle cell in Lassoth Pediatric. It's a new building and a new project, which is a very good vision. But we are also asking that the government should extend to the, the adults.
That's right.
Free drugs. Their drugs are expensive. They are crisis. Health insurance. If the government will be so magnanimous and see how they can give those people living with sickle cell free health insurance, we'll be glad. God bless you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. It was an amazing time having to have this discussion and talk about sickle cell. So I would like to finally ask that how best do you think we can be able to manage sickle cell in workplaces and in schools? And
Yes, that the person living with sickle cell should not even hide herself or himself. Some people are ashamed to say, I live with sickle cell. If you don't say, when you have crisis, the next person will not know what to do. But if you say it out, the next person know what to do because he or she have read about it, have heard about it. And also, we should change our mentality. Parents, change your tone towards your children. Be positive. Don't be negative. Don't make them, feel that they are not good for anything. That is where mental health comes in.
mm,
My people out there, sickle cell, I repeat again, is not a death sentence. When you take care of yourself, you live. So take care of yourself and prevent that which is preventable. Sickle cell is preventable. You can prevent it by making the right decision. God bless you. Thank you.
I will keep saying it. AS and AS is a taboo. They get married to each other. So
We in the NGOs, we say, it's your choice to make.
don't
We are
make
not
that choice.
forcing you.
Yes, me. I'm forcing you. Don't marry each other. AS is a taboo.
It's your choice to make. And if you have to go into those choices, not the necessary thing to do, like the prenatal diagnosis, even hemoglobin quantification, to help you also get the right decision. Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting us. God bless you.
thank you very much. Anyways, viewers, I know you guys would have a lot to probably talk about for this sickle cell. So please make sure to leave your comments in the comment section. Also, like, share, and subscribe. Do not miss this weekly roundup with Studiopedia. So for that, you can also hit the notification bell. Thank you, guys. We love you. See you guys next week. Bye.